Welcome to another episode of Tabletop Cinema, where we bring together the worlds of filmmaking, tabletop role-playing, and video games. I'm your host Mikey, a freelance filmmaker, TRPG game master, and variety streamer. And today, we'll be returning to our first playthrough of Wildermyth. Well, I guess we've had a couple of playthroughs now, but there are different campaigns to get through. I'm considering all of them as one playthrough. We just wrapped up the last campaign last week, and now we'll be starting a new campaign with a fresh cast of characters. And for those just tuning in now, this may be random, but I just assure you this is not random. But I just watched Katie Bentz, the voice actress of Steph Gingrich from Life is Strange, recently had an interview with the voice actor of Diane, and she'll be having another interview with Han Soto, who played Gabe Chen. Hey Macho Cacho, how's it going? Long time no see. Thank you for the donuts. Thank you for all the support. We got into affiliate, I think, since last you were here. And yeah, the support's been great. We've had some new faces enter the Discord, enter the community. And, I'm just trying to stream games, entertain people, make people happy. And let's see where this takes us. But yeah, as I was just saying, we also just finished our Life is Strange True Colors playthrough. And the voice actress of Steph Gingrich is asking for, questions to be thrown at Gabe Chen. So if you have a question for the voice actor of Gabe Chen, Han Soto. Yeah, Metroid Dread. My friends convinced me as well to try and stream it. So you're hearing it first. I'll be playing Metroid Dread tomorrow. For the people who follow the Twitter, they already know, but hey. So it's some new stuff for October. I'll be playing Metroid Dread on Wednesdays, starting tomorrow. And on Fridays, I've slotted in Until Dawn. So I never got to experience that, but it's a teen slasher film, a teen slasher game inspired by, that genre of films. It's Halloween. Oh no, I'm not doing interviews. I'm just saying that someone I'm a fan of has been doing the interviews. She's a voice actress in one of my favorite games, Life is Strange, Before the Storm, Life is Strange True Colors. And I just watched one of her interviews with the actress of Diane. And it was pretty cool, pretty awesome. And she'll be having another thing with Han Soto, who played Gabe Chen. So there's a link here. Yeah, it's gonna be returned to that game. It's been a while since I played a game like that, a Metroidvania. But if you have a question for Han Soto, aka Gabe Chen from Life is Strange, feel free to send over a question. I can't think of one, but maybe you can. The forums is open until today, and I'm not affiliated with Katie Bentz in any way. I just thought the interview is pretty cool, and if you're a fan of the Life is Strange series, this is a chance to ask one of the actors a question. So if you have an idea for a question, go ahead and fill that up. But we're back to Wildermyth. How I found out Katie Bentz was on Twitter was an interesting story. She just basically popped up in one of her episodes one day. She just decided to drop by. It's pretty wild. And she does this, I think, to a bunch of fans. Like just yesterday, how I found out about the interview is after the interview, she decided to raid another streamer. And it's very wholesome, very awesome. But let's get right to this. Wildermyth, new campaign. Make sure the audio is on. It is now. So just so you can see how far we've gone in the past month, we've had a bunch of people become folk heroes in their own right. This continues to grow. We have a few local legends. If I want to get these people up into the higher ranks, I think I'll have to recruit them in these campaigns. You'll also notice that there are some redeem points and some new stuff to redeem. I just added them with the gold coins you have, with the channel points that you accrue just by watching. there's a bunch of stuff like, highlight your message, give me a posture check or a hydration check. For 500 gold coins, you can ask me to pet the cat. So go ahead and redeem those rewards. I'll try to keep up with them. Paying attention right now to my feed. But yeah. So we've just finished the Enduring War. So there's 3 more campaigns to go. Actually, there's a lot here. But these ones are mostly procedurally generated without like a main villain. But these ones are a bit more handcrafted, where there's a villain there and basically a story to follow. So I'll be going through these on the stream before we conclude our first playthrough. So we just defeated the Morthagi, who are a bunch of constructs set upon by a person who didn't want to upset the balance of nature, because in the last campaign, they were able to find out, some people were able to find out how to transfer their human consciousness into a mechanical construct. Unfortunately, one of them didn't agree and decided to set the rest of the golems, the rest of the Morthagi, against this other faction of what they call the Enduring. So this kicked off a war, dragged a lot of people into it, and it got messy. We decided to destroy the core of the Morthagi army, let the people who chose to become Enduring live on. What are the ramifications of that? Well, that remains to be history. But today we'll be starting a new campaign, Monarchs Under the Mountain. Discontent, dashed dreams, destruction and death. An underground cult thrives, lining its nests with disasters. If opposed, the ancient tyrannical powers behind it will bring battle to the life-loving, fierce and free, before perhaps making them an offer. This will be a 5-chapter story with Deepists as the main threat. Hey Mary Live, how's it going? Oh, I wasn't able to reply to your message last time. I usually online when I'm streaming. It's hard to keep up with all the Discord channels that I'm a part of, but alas, I do not have Snapchat. But perhaps someone else in the chat does. But yeah, welcome to the stream again. Have you watched us play Wildermyth before? I'm not sure. Everything's just blurring together now. But yeah, we're just starting a new campaign now. Monarchs Under the Mountain. The Deepists are the villains we'll be facing off against. So let's see where this story leads us. Oh, hey. Take care over there. Hopefully we're not distracting you too much. So this is... our previous campaigns were we chose the adventure difficulty, but someone recommended, hey, try out Tragic Hero. That is... We already had a lot of people die in our last playthrough, but it got a bit too easy in the later chapters. Now we'll see if Tragic Hero is something we can handle. Again, this will be a carved in stone playthrough, which means no saves, no loads, everything we do is final. Yeah, I appreciate you taking your time to tune in once again. Thank you. I think if you weren't here yet, I just posted up a link up there. If you're a fan of Life is Strange True Colors, and if you want to ask Gabe Chen, or the actor of Gabe Chen, a question, go ahead and fill that form. I'm not affiliated with Katie Benz at all. I just thought her interview with Diane was pretty awesome. And I just thought I'd just like to share this opportunity to be able to ask Gabe Chen a question if you're a fan. So, yes, we're going with Tragic Hero difficulty. The world is brutal, combat unforgiving, few survive unscathed. Carved in stone, our map seed is ready. And in proper tradition, we'll be randomly generating everything. Hey, it chose one of my legacy heroes. Well, 2 legacy heroes. Okay. So the fates have decreed that we will carry on one of our very first heroes. One of our first heroes from the first campaign, Pharrell. Let's see how this goes. Maybe we shall become more than a folk hero. More than a... Who knows? Her legend grows. But we are going to be randomizing the rest of these. Oh, but it says here needs rescuing. Interesting. But we are going to roll for this. So we're going to roll 3 times for each character. I guess I'm gonna keep this Pharrell. So orally, 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. It's picking people from our legacy tree. Huh. This is the newcomer, Flynn's son. But we have Grayley and Pharrell to start with. Alright. Let me just check. Yeah, these are all my characters from the previous campaigns. Interesting. Usually they give you a fresh set of characters per campaign, but maybe for this difficulty, well, we'll see. Let's start the campaign. So we have Flynn's son, that's the newcomer, and he needs rescuing. Ah, I see. Since the game's probably a bit more difficult, they're giving this to us already. Well, let's start Pharrell as an elementalist. And Grayley will start with Polymoss. How interesting. Immediately we have this deck stacked against us. Awaken by Douglas Austin. Awaken, Oathtaker. Lower yourself. The secrets of creation lie within these depths. You will know them all in time. Peel your eyes to darkness and see the only truth. Awaken, awaken. The surface belonged to brutes and apes, fat rats and rogues. Awaken. You sacrificed so much to belong on that sunstruck plateau. And still they rejected you, cast you off. They will feel the prophet's wrath. Awaken, that your wise hand will be the one to rewrite existence. Awaken, awaken, awaken. Wake up. He's coming back to consciousness. Be patient. It's fine. His eyes are open. Easy now. Your grandpa's worried. They're all around us, Pharrell. I hope you're worth the trouble. I want to hear your story, but for now, you'll need to fight if you want to live. This is a stick. We'll need to go out the way we came in, before they overwhelm us. I see their faces again. So these are the deepists. We're gonna be facing up against a lot already on our first encounter. Hold up. Just gotta share something. Alright. So we have Hornchilds, talking in cracks and crumbles, viciously throwing itself at whatever it sees. We have the Woken, a shuffling walk, gummy grunting mouth, heavy sword held firm. Woken Slinger, loading a sling and swinging it round, panic rises in its slack face until the stone flies. Okay, this is going to be, we're in a higher difficulty, carved in stone. All heroes must survive and we need to escape. Search for the exit. I guess the exit's that way. So we can actually either... Oh, they will continue to chase us, so we need to get out of here. We can't clear them out. But let's quickly introduce ourselves to our characters. Pharrell was from our first campaign. So she has her transformation from the first campaign, and some of her items, I see. But this is an alternate timeline Pharrell. But let's see if her story is still the same. Oh, interesting. So Pharrell didn't bother feeling sorry for herself even as a girl. Her solitary mother was always harsh, the world never easy. But she found a way out through study and through the doors of curiosity. Books became her favorite treasure. Books, her quiet sanctuary in a world raucous with ignorance. Her best friend died young, leaving a daughter behind. It changed everything. Pharrell fought to illuminate and instruct the girl's future. So Pharrell is a folk hero. She and another began traveling together at one point. They performed great feats and simple favors for all manner of folks, until adventures, risks, and rewards became second nature to them. For Pharrell, it'll be her living and her way of life for many years to come. So, in another life, she fought Gorgons with the team called Huneth's Knife. She is creative, literary, and loyal. This is from our last campaign, Greylee. Reared as a prince by a court of woodland beasts, Greylee came out of the wilderness one day, attuned to the ways and wiles of the land. She never tried to hide the blackened patch of skin on her back. Asked about it, she explained there were things in the past too heavy to dredge up. Folks were forced to leave it at that. Normally, she would have stood aloof at the suffering of others. Truth was, though, she had to earn a living somehow. Blessed with the voice of the land's forests, Greylee's speech is enchantingly songful, resonant, reminding those who hear it of fresh pine, deep roots, and pleasant wind. Greylee's a folk hero, and she and another began traveling together at one point. Similarly, as Pharrell, it became her life, and she fought the Morthagi with the Heartbreakers. She's a wild heart, weird and thorny. Now our newcomer is Flinson Over, who we're just rescuing at the moment. Flinson's abusive parents left town when he was 10, never to return. The boy lived with his grandparents afterwards, who put him in school, fed him, and loved him as much as they could. Often the target of others' teasing, he grew guarded and resentful. When a fellow came through town, calling himself a priest, and spoke of the new family he had found among his devout brothers and sisters, Flinson gravitated to the message. He ran away to join their underground cult. He quickly grew disturbed, fearful of the teachings being driven into his ears, his heart. But there was no escaping the Warren. So Flinson is cowardly intellectual. There's shame, gritty, and he has potential. So perhaps this is the cult we're saving him from? Let's find out. Important thing is, quickly get the door open. And run as fast as you can. We need to escape, and this is bad. So interface with objects. We need to hobble this guy. Damn, these people are hardy. Alright. Let's see how much this difficulty hurts. Oh dear. Ooh. Okay, not so bad so far. But that's a lot of them. Oh, he knocked me back. Okay. Okay, this is pretty rough. So Greylee can make it out. Oh, good luck with the project. And yes, you're listening in. Well, hopefully this will be able to follow as I read this story. I've lost the light. What do you mean you lost the light? The way up. This place is a maze. From the belly of the earth, a horn loudly howls. Humming voices echo the note, a wave of dark bile flooding up the Warren's sneaking holes. The Shadow Hunter, that's his call. Which way? I don't know either. But Flinson remembers now. He's not sure how. He can feel it in his feet. Follow me. Interesting. Oh, that wasn't the exit. Alright. Take the lead, Flinson. I'm not sure if Pharrell's gonna survive. Oh, man. Good. Dodged. Blocked. Ow. First mission in tragic hero difficulty. That's it? The moment stretches in Pharrell's mind. She sees the shadow of her foe. She knows what's coming. She can lean a little to one side or the other, but it won't change much. Then she feels something. A heaviness in her hand. It has a name. Petroglass Sea Spear. There's a story, maybe, that it wants to tell. And only a sliver of opportunity left to tell it. Choose. Petroglass Sea Spear breaks, Pharrell falls back. -2 health this campaign, Pharrell falls back. Well. Perhaps this is meant to be. In another life, the Petroglass Sea Spear was the one that defeated the Gorgons. But this is another story. The Sea Spear shatters. It leaps across her body just in time. The shaft shivers and bends. Splinters fly as Pharrell crashes to the ground. The weapon's sacrifice has spared her from serious injury. She'll retreat and return to fight another day, another weapon in hand. But her fingers will long miss the feel of that old spear. Oh, we already got defeated. Despite your sacrifices, the battle at Revisa's Hole ended in defeat. Wow, game over, chat. Free people mourn their destinies. They weep and wail and hide their faces for what might have been. Then they tighten their belts. Shadows from the trees lengthen. No lamps rise in the darkness, and nothing will be alright. Holy crap. Well, that's what I get for going on hard difficulty. I hope she's still here. Did I lose her as a hero? Oh no, she's still here. Thank goodness. Stories never die. So, if I continue the story, I'll have to do it again, I guess. Oh, no, I have to do a new story. Okay. Well, that was short-lived. Let's try another tragic hero run. Let's randomize it again. Maybe there's a smarter way to go about it. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we have Orly and Lunari. Lunari was from our first campaign as well. I'll introduce you to these people. Elinder is the one who needs rescuing now. So she's a paladin. And Lunari knows the battle dance. Now I see why they're giving us these things, because the first is hell. So we've already read this. So skip. Do you think? What if he turns on us? Don't talk. Here's a weapon. Help us if you can. What? This is a stick. Let's see if he survives again with a stick. We'll need to go out the way we came in, before they overwhelm us. Alright, Deepest, this is take 2 with a new cast. Am I going to end on 1 round again? Or maybe I'm supposed to kill things. No, but these people are so hardy, they're gonna survive. We can just run for it. Check this out. Or maybe that wasn't a good idea. Ha. And you are going to end up here. Alright, Deepists. Do your worst. It's like if you watch the recent Suicide Squad, it's kind of like that. Yeah, hey Corgo, welcome to the stream. It's like playing with cardboard cutouts as your minis, basically. I'm not sure if you're here. We just lost our first. One round. It is over. We're playing in the harder difficulty now, and we have to get everyone out alive. But they're making it quite difficult. Now we gotta clear away. This is 5 damage and a knockback. Bite? Wolf bite? That's so cute. I'm gonna kill this horned child. And you are going to infuse. Wait, no, this is a stick. All you have is a stick. Come on, Elinder. I have a good feeling about this party. I think they'll survive. Or maybe I spoke too soon. We're fine. This is fine. Oh my god, you dodged that. Okay. Lunari, your turn. Right now, Elinder. Or are you going to die here? Thank you for pushing me 1 square away. Take cover and make it out alive. Well, there goes her armor. Oh yeah, she's kind of wolf now, so I have lost the light. What do you mean you lost the light? The way. This place is a maze. From the belly of the earth, a horn lowly sounds. Humming voices echo the note, a wave of dark bile flooding up the warren snaking holes. A shadow hunter, that's his call. Which way? I don't know either. But Elinders remembers now. Not sure how, we can feel it in his feet. Follow me. And this is when the first party died. Yes, we're going to escape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. Slow movement. Come here. Oh, where are you going? They are... Ah! Linder's dying. No. Lunari, Jesus. And he's blocking the way too. Stack up and hopefully survive, I guess. Oh, he can reach with a stick. Yeah, you did it, Elender. Alright, I don't think they're gonna reach us. Oh boy. Well, shit. Haha. Yeah. You gotta clear the way, Lunari. Can I move here? No, I cannot. Okay, Lunari, you still have the most health, so please take care of this guy. Holy wow. Battle dance. Missed. And finally hit him. Alright, move as fast as you can. Wait, Elinder, move all the way here. And Orly, you can probably take one more hit. Oof. It's gonna hurt. Damn. This is just brutal, chat. And that's it. We lost again. Lunari absorbs the brunt of the attack with his left arm through the fog of pain. He knows he'll never draw a weapon again. Amazing. Will the third time be a charm? I swear, no wonder why last session they were warning me about this difficulty. See, there's tragic hero. Walking lunch. I cannot imagine walking lunch difficulty. You just basically die immediately. I think tragic hero is especially brutal for this first mission because if you're downed once, that's the end of it. Because I can handle with like getting a penalty. If someone dies, you have an option to save them. You have an option, yeah. When you die, when you get down, you have an option to save yourself, but you're penalized for the rest of the campaign. That's fine. That's how you get through the campaign. But with this first mission where no one is supposed to even get knocked out, we're gonna try it again. Hey Spidey, how's it going? Dice 4. Because we can definitely make it out of that place easily with maybe one loss. But we can't have any losses in this difficulty. Sorry, we can't have any losses. So reroll 3 times. Oh, we have Pharrell again and Orion this time. Wasn't never really a fan of Orion. I'm not gonna read their backstories until we make it through that cave. Let's have Indignant Pharrell back. And Heroism. Oh, Heroism and Archery. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that sounds like a... Yeah. Was the laptop at full charge? Yeah, that's a pretty bad sign for a laptop. Probably got a lot of stuff open as well. Alright, so Spidey is just here. Basically, we're trying to make it out alive. Are you lying there? I want to hear your story, but for now, you'll need to fight if you want to live. Let's give this man a bow this time. No, a sword. Sure. Yeah. My last laptop had to live like that. Like, even less than 30 minutes, it would just die. It needed to be plugged in. Alright, third time's a charm. Maybe there's a way to go about this. Maybe I am supposed to fight these things. Maybe I'm supposed to take it slow and steady. Let's see. Let's open the door. Oh, wow. It's lived a long life. Right, get the poison in. Let's make sure you stack up. And Pharrell, please introduce. I could get this. I could get the rocks in, I guess. Viscous. Yeah, it's kind of like you just wake up and like you scramble. Oh shit, we gotta get out of here, and you don't know what's going on. We'll never find out what's going on until we survive this run. And already we are being pressed on both sides. Oh my god. Am I gonna have to drop the difficulty, chat? Is that what it's come to? Yeah, this is because we decided to move a bit slower, but immediately they overwhelm you if you don't rush in. And that person keeps dodging. Okay. Come on, Kyan. Is there a way right? Right is... Nope. There's no path there. The way they've done this, I see, is a choke point. Like, you can easily get blocked here. I could always try and destroy the scenery. That's a possibility. I could try to destroy the scenery so I don't have to fight them all. But we need to get them out of the way. Let's see. If I interfuse with this... Will... No. That's gonna block my way if I use the fire. So let's hurt... We just gotta get them out of the way. Ooh. They're just knocking me around. Newbie here is just gonna die already. Interfuse, discus. Well, I can't reach him, so you're gonna have to just steal fire and strike. And Orion. And we gotta get Kyan first. Gotta live, man. Sends vines to grab a foe or allies. Move them to a specified tile. Let's silk step out of there. Good luck, Pharrell. Oh, jeez. This is it. Come on, Indignants, do your thing. Okay, Pharrell, you gotta get out. You don't have any healing. I've lost the light. Yes, we know that. One slash is gonna... All it takes. All it takes. Got a defender. Be the target, Orion. You are also going to die. You need to get out of there. So, he can't be harmed from here, thankfully. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, nothing spawned there. Okay, Pharrell needs to get out of there first, so... Kyan, come on, get out of there. As fast as you can go, this could be it. Ha ha ha! Yeah, leaving you behind in the dust. RNG with us. Search. Oh. So we can actually break line of sight. Get out. Is this a stealth mission? I don't know. We've never had to use stealth here. Kyan, out of here! Orion, you last. Come on. Third time's a charm, chat. Holy crap, that is brutal. RNG saved us there. Because in my 2 previous runs, more enemies spawned from that last spawn point you saw, and they were ranged users. So they were just chucking... Yeah, they're just using slings against us. Speed should go to... let's give it to the new guy. They emerged from the tunnels into a scarlet brown afternoon. Thunderheads rolling in from the east and north. You know that place awfully well, don't... Excuse me? You know that place awfully well, don't you? Let's put some distance behind us. Calamities. Thank you. Goddamn. A night storm shakes their tent. Water runs under the canvas and soaks them. Attempts at a fire are futile. Think it's raining in Mystic Haven. I bet the baker's boy's worried about you. Stop making stuff up. Excuse me, who are you two? Us? We fight and mostly win. I'm Orion, that's Pharrell. Your grandpa told us you'd be coaxed into joining the wrong sort of folks. He put it a little more colourfully, of course. Right, and he's promised us a few coins if we get you back. I see. Kyan lies abruptly down. The rain pounds and pounds. Pounds in pools. It lets up just before dawn. Keep up the submissions, Mary Live. You got this. And we'll just be here slaughtering monsters. You know, I chose that path. I went there because Anyway, I chose it. Grandfather's the only one who would have even noticed or cared. You sure didn't seem too sad to leave it behind. A brisk, soggy march gets them back to the town of Mystic Haven before lunch, but not before another downpour. Dragged back home like a puppy on a string, rain-soaked and pathetic. Yeah, you've done your jobs well. Our job's not done until you're home. Just say you were curious. Curiosity takes me to plenty of uncomfortable spaces. The old man stands up from his chair as the door opens. Kyan, my boy! I'm back, grandfather. A lengthy scolding follows. What could have possessed you? A shouting match whose words are drowned in the rain. If I was that grandpa, I'd give him more than a talking to. Grey Getty's place is just up the road. Grey Getty's tavern is empty except for Getty himself. They eat a late lunch and stand finishing their drinks. So, what's next for us? So this is kind of like a crossover that's happening right now. Orion is from our second campaign. Pharrell is from our first campaign. So in a way, it's really that tabletop feel, right? Like me personally, I have this roster of original characters, and I just bring them to any tabletop role-playing game I go to. Like, it's just... there are different versions of themselves in each world, but at their core, they're still that character. But no relation to their other versions in other universes. It's a whole multiverse thing. I don't know. I like it. I like using my roster of characters and putting them into different situations and different settings. So now we have Orion from Campaign 2, Pharrell from Campaign 1, Kyan, the newcomer, and it's all just coming together now. So this isn't the same Orion and the same Pharrell, but they do carry some of the marks from their past. Next, well, their past lives. Next, these cultists are a bigger problem than everyone thought. Rumor is, The Westland passage is blocked. They control the road. You're saying that's for us to do? It's a job for someone. Is this just your typical afternoon? More or less. You don't getting your neck whacked? For now, anyway. His scoldings always have 3 movements. He's an artist of shame. But, yeah, I deserve it. I should have just listened to him. I didn't see a way out. Well, you can always come with us. That's actually what I was thinking. Would you have me? I'm mostly useless, but I do my best to learn. Your grandpa wouldn't object. I don't want to be a burden on him anymore. I used to promise that I'd find a way to make something of myself. Make him proud. You think you're tough enough? You almost gave your life away to those dirt-digging frauds. Well, it's up to you. You'll have to make yourself useful, of course. We were thinking of expanding our operation, becoming a true company of heroes. All we're missing is a name. What do you think of the... Was it the Chosen of the Peerless Beauty? Didn't we decide on Pamela Eve Sires? Should I tell them my idea? So I'm just here to remind you, chat, if you've accrued 1,000 channel points by now, you can actually redeem it for the name generator to name something in the game we're playing. So if you feel like you want to name our company right now, go ahead and redeem that reward, but I'm taking suggestions anyway. But I just added some things so you could use the channel points in other ways. You can just click the lower left of the chat box. You should see gold pieces there, a little purple circle. I should really find a gold coin icon. But yeah, there are a bunch of rewards there to redeem, such as if you're new, say hello, or pet the cat, or remind me to hydrate. So for 1,000 gold coins, you may name something in the game. A character, a place, a thing. But I guess I can't... There's no way to randomize... Oh, okay. Let's hear the new guy's idea for this one, shall we? Can probably always rename it. Oh, his is the option to rename it. So I'm going to, again, randomly generate this. Unless it's really terrible, then I'm going to generate it again. We could be here all day. Group names are difficult. They are. 2 on a 4-sided die. The Druids of the Roses Yellow. I guess well, maybe it's because, okay, the story behind Kayan, as far as we know, is his parents were not the best sort, and so he was raised by his grandparents, but that kind of trauma led him astray, and a silver-tongued man preached these teachings which resonated with him, preyed upon his vulnerability, and he was dragged into the cult. So maybe this is Kayan's way of twisting it around to make it something positive. Perhaps the Druids of the Roses Yellow is in response to the cult that basically tried to subsume him. Let's go with it. Count me in. Well, we'll see how long you last. The mountain pass to the wetlands is being blocked, so we hear. There's plenty of work to be done between here and there. Some of it bloody, dangerous. I'll do whatever you ask of me. If not for myself, then for my grandfather. Here, follow the tales of the Druids of the Roses Yellow. Deeper secrets await them. Kayan has grown stronger. Yeah, Battle Dance is so awesome. Calamities. Cannot cancel that. And here we go again with the basic game loop. Well, hopefully we're not too loud as well to drown out your class out. Which class is this, if I may ask? Oh, let's recruit someone. Yeah. Let's go. We're gonna rule this. Roll again. 3. We have Sonvia. Greedy romantic. Are we really looking for fighters? Or did he just want an excuse to hit the tavern? Come on. You don't like the idea of an underling? Plus, I like some extra help starting conversations when you and Pharrell are doing that awkward silence thing. The stars were beginning to come out by the time they got back into Mystic Haven proper. Good thing we got in when we did. Looks like most people are still out and about. Maybe we can knock out this errand sooner rather than later. Wait, you're back already? You wiped them out that quickly, or you didn't give up, did you? What you take us for? Good. That would have been distressing news. Oh, actually, we're back because we're looking to expand the company. What about you? You look valiant. Hey, Sanguine Fenris. Better late than never. Welcome back to the stream. We've started a new campaign, and it's an interesting crossover. We have Pharrell from the first campaign, Orion from the second campaign, and Kyan's the newcomer. Oh, hey! Awesome. Sounds very technical. Design car wrappings as in like an aesthetic kind of way, or a more, how do I put it? You know, the coating of the car to protect them from the weather and the like. Like, is it a more engineering kind of class or a more art kind of class? And you could probably fight with us. You could probably fight with that thing in a pinch, right? Probably. Defeating a deepest menace or two would certainly get the butcher's son's attention. And there's not a lot else keeping me here right now. It's a season when a young woman has to figure out what to make of her life. And this season has brought a lot of changes. Can't argue with you there. It would be good to have some help. We've learned a bit out in the wild so far. We can have someone get you up to speed. Sonvia. She's carrying a bow already. Let's make her another hunter. Oh, damn. Well, hopefully this stream helps drown it out, or I'm not sure. It really is difficult to concentrate when there's just so much clutter around. Noise clutter, especially. Good company. So let's prepare her. Damn. Gotta get one of those noise cancelling headphones. Sonvia has grown stronger. Let's give her... Every time Sonvia kills an enemy, she enters Great Plane for free. That's pretty cool. She's a rogue. Alright. Clear all hostiles and reach the pass. Where's the pass? There's the pass. We gotta scout this area first. Now here's something you won't see underground. Never knew about this place. Not many do. I got my first kiss here. It was as magical as you'd expect. Something about your first love never leaves you. It complicates you, doesn't it? can I ask you a serious question? The cult, the Deepists, you don't look like one of them. In fact, they don't look like anyone I've ever seen. Can you explain that? Oh. Falling streams rush, splash, and sing. Tadpoles float aimlessly around in the cleared water. Older frogs are scarce and furtive. I saw it happen. By that time, I'd be down there for 2 days. You lose track. There was someone else, Log 4. Log 4 was his name. Early arrival, he was all ready for the ceremony. Took his oaths. The oaths I took, I can't remember them. I ate a mushroom of some kind, fell asleep. Your oaths are completed when you awaken from them. Log 4 went before me. He consumed what they gave him, and he went into the chamber of dreams to sleep. He was in there a day or two, and then a pair of priests went in, and I could hear... I'm not sure. The man who came out had Log 4's body, face, but different. Warped, pulled, whittled at. Could barely speak. Skin gone strange, pigments leached and blued and weirded. Did as he was bidden. Ate what he was bidden. You saw all that, but you're going to let them do it to you? My choices were gone by that point. The only hope was through. And by through, you mean... The deepening is a process, is how it was explained to me. While Log 4 took a step back to his blank and more primitive state, it is only in order to prepare him for his descent. And as he lowered himself, his mind would be reborn. Better, deeper, more powerful, blessed by the prophet. And he would be embraced, valued, loved by his brethren all. It's like graduating from one stage to another. Growing up, or down, I suppose. The noise of these delicate falls isn't loud enough. Their dampened skins and clothes feel cold. Fingers numb, blue. Time to go? Right, yes. Come on, Cayenne. This world is warm, and love, after all, ripens sweetest in starlight. Humming. Aha, so that's the story. So let's check out our newcomer, shall we? So, Cayenne Spellmiller. Cayenne's abusive parents left town when he was 10, never to return. The boy lived with his grandparents afterwards, who put him in school, fed him, and loved him as much as they could. Often the target of others' teasing, he grew guarded and resentful. When a fellow came through town, calling himself a priest, and spoke of the new family he had found among his devout brothers and sisters, Cayenne gravitated to the message. He ran away to join the underground cult. He quickly grew disturbed, fearful of the teachings being driven into his ears, his heart, but there was no escaping the Warren. But he was rescued. Pulled out of the depths by a pair of young heroes. He decided that, rather than languish at home, he'd go with them, follow their example, and become who he'd once dreamed of being. Who saved them? Pharrell. Perhaps named after the hero of old. Pharrell didn't bother feeling sorry for herself even as a girl. Her solitary mother was always harsh, the world never easy, but she found a way out through study and through the doors of curiosity. Books became her favorite treasure, books her quiet sanctuary in a world raucous with ignorance. Her best friend died young, leaving a daughter behind. It changed everything, and Pharrell fought to illuminate and instruct the girl's future. Orion grew up a graceful and impassioned dancer. His greatest talents would only reveal itself years after his parents had gone to their early rest. He claimed to have found warmth in the arms of a lostling one winter when he fell and was buried in snow. This shadowy being pitied him, cradled him, and snored like a bear in the cold, a blind night. Intent on tying together a crowded and confusing past, he chose an adventurer's life. Orion, from the second campaign, his familiar still carrying over to this, and our newest recruit is Sonvia Durnwall. A pair of pilgrims on the ocean named the girl Sonvia. Where they landed, they built their home. The girl grew up, far-eyed and filled with longing. It was never the desire for peace or profit that drove her. She was always fascinated by power. To prove herself in the eyes of her eventual husband, she pursued glory, fortune, and honor. You don't have to prove yourself, girl. Distant, dark heart, and flirt. Hey, enjoy your break. We're still here. Building a station, I guess. Let's not overdo it. Who should help us we can. Outfitter. Let's go. Check something. All right. Oops. Jumping God index. Okay, let's secure this. Let's not put in too much effort. Our enemies are probably waiting to retake this place the moment we leave. Investigate thoroughly. Catalog everything, says Pharrell. Thorough delving through the mysteries of Jumping Good Index has proven rewarding. Surprisingly, not a waste of time. Jumping God Index will return to the hands of the common folk. And we get spell threads. Nice. Melee accuracy and range accuracy. Strap of Cunning. Who could use this? Accuracy is 108, 107. 118, I mean. Let's give it to Sonvia. Get her shots to land. Alright, we gotta clear all hostile sites first. Damn. I'm scared about this difficulty. Alright, let's see how this goes. Assault Lizard Bask Dam. Outside of Lizard Bass Dam, a breeze rolls through the treetops. Cuff. Whoosh. Swish, blowing the smoke in my eyes. Why is that? Wherever I stand, the smoke follows. It smells that planty smell in you. Can't resist. Let's hope the wind keeps up. Anything to mask our approach is welcome. What do you remember, Mary? Cuff, cuff. Someone's cuffing in the back. Zip. They're what? Spying on us now? After it, hurry. Steady there. We don't have our gear ready or plan or... We'll lose the deepest if we don't move now. And then it gets to blab to its friends about us. Let's go. Orion ever the hothead. Ever since campaign 2. Hey, is this a cause for celebration? I guess it is. Putting down a stable job, working there for a year. Hope things are going well over there. Happy anniversary, I guess. However it is, that's still an achievement. Chaotic departure from camp and shoes. Bo. Should I douse the fire? No? Okay, it's probably fine. Rush. Running in, trying to tighten buckles at the same time is not easy. The would-be scout doesn't get far. Aha! Before Orion and Sonvia bring it down. Ha! Been a while since a single deist was enough to scare us. Thing is, though, it's never just a single deepest. The sound of bellows and battle horns goes up not far from them. I don't know how they sound like. Look at it this way, they probably didn't expect this particular turn of events either. Great, Orion. Jeez. These guys again. Alright. Our first regular mission. Let's have Orion do the thorn lash thing. This poison's always good. You are gonna have to stay by his side and defend him. Take the shot, Kaya. Now the horn child can get her. No, but she can shoot the horn child, right? From here, I guess not. What is the range of this? 7 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She can move here. Oh, she still can't shoot. Silk Step then. Pharrell then. We'll interfuse with this and pin him down. Now you can't move. Good defense. I have to be a bit more careful with my actions in this difficulty. What weapons do you have? Oh, he's already completed his. He has 2 plant arm things. Well, shit. What's the range of Thorn Lash? Oh, maybe I can strike both. I can. Yeah. Nice. You can attack and finish this off. Okay, you're up, Sonvia. Take a shot at the Woken Slinger. Get rid of the ranged guy as quickly as we can. Party's all here. 3 damage, 2 damage, Shred Pierce. Yep. This looks good. Splinter Blast, both of them. Ow! Ouch, that hurt. Move up, pin him down. Orion, go up. Just in case, let's finish him off. Heroism. Thorn Lash twice. Not so bad. We can handle this difficulty, I think. Hold up. Did I make sure that the difficulty of this game is... Is there a way to check the difficulty? Okay, Tragic Hero, we got it. Potency, give that to the spell user. The deepest or just getting more cards? Right, let's secure Lizard Bask. What? We're supposed to bag and bury all this body rubble? Pharrell is in the party just like in the first time. She always advocates to investigate thoroughly. Get some cool items from it, hopefully. I really appreciate this, Mary Live. It's great to have you as a regular, especially since I'm playing all these different kinds of games, so I'm not exactly sure what the... Well, I'm playing the games I want to play, the stories I want to share. But I'm not sure if it's really... Because, you know, some people, they play one game straight, like, every day. Just do it. But I like to shake things up. I can't... I find it more fun for me, like, switching between genres, switching between games. It's been a challenge. Oh, here they have 2k channel points. Go ahead and redeem them. I'll have more stuff. I'll have more interesting rewards up. But yeah, it's just a way to help engage the chat. Oh, there's a bunch over there. You can click with the gold pieces. And I have the requests ready here. I saw some cool things. Like when I was in Katie Benz's channel, she has a bunch of rewards that you can redeem. Like, I'm gonna do this accent for the next 5 minutes. I really need to. I'd love to learn a bit more voice acting, honestly. It'll help me as a game master, help me with games like this. Aha! Hear that, Maya? I shall pet the cat now. That is the first ever. Well, Maya enjoyed that. That's Maya, the calico cat. And now she is back to grooming and back to sleeping and back to being catty. Okay, back to it. Well, thank you for that. I'm sure Maya appreciated it. Always strikes me how much there still is to find. How much there still is to find, to know. Yeah, more items. Oh, we get doing that, we get an item if we decide to take our time. Since this is the harder difficulty, we should be more wary about what we should be more aware of what we're equipping. So, better strength talisman, bonus damage. Who's your damage dealer here? Let's give it to Kayan. Let's go for Proud Plains Scout. What? Did it pause? Oh, there. Okay, Proud Plains. Salt! Rustle, rustle, and hoot, hoot. Cree. Whoosh. Not exactly a pleasant country, is it? Feel tense? I'm wondering how I'd be remembered. You know, if I died today. How about you? Oh, I'm excellent. Just make sure you're the one to grab my boots when I die horribly from a bony claw in the ass. So let's guard each other's flanks, right? That's something people do. I don't have flanks, jerk. Kayed and Sonvia gain temporary armor and warding. Oh, they're becoming friends. And that's a show. God, I thought we're done with the Morthagi chat. These are the Morthagi remnants. Oh my god, we need to... Fire Spirit, come back. Shit. But there are too many. Oh dear. Are we gonna be able to handle this? Orion, come on. Poison it. Ah, nice one. Pharrell, you need to... Sonvia needs to step back a bit. Over here. Let's make sure we stack up. Swap. Oh, you can't strike diagonally, I remember. Okay. Remain hidden, Sonvia. Strike from the shadows. Ha! Indignance works. I'm gonna blind you, Spectic. Alright, bring it on. Wah! Stealth doesn't work. That is quick. One hit kill. Orion feels as if his limbs are made of lead. He tries to call out a warning, but he's too late. Sonvia doubles over. Fall back, Sonvia! I won't live without you. Not ever. What? There was something between them? Orion's voice is all she needs to hear. Sonvia must live. Live to share moonlit kisses and tearful words. Share hope, share drinks, share silly sweetness. With the man she loves. And if their places were reversed, she'd expect Orion to do the same. What? When did they become a thing? But wow, this difficulty, chat. Orion's not the right person we should have picked for this. He has no DPS. Oh my god. Wow. Interfuse. What can we do? Aha. Light an interfuse lamp. What? Damn it. You know, fine. Move in. Indignant's damage. Take that. Poison. I take back what I said about the difficulty. Battle dance, come on. There's nothing to interfuse here. Damn it. You're gonna have to manually get up there and do it. One damage to make Indignance. Strike you down. You, Orion. Get some heroism up. Do it again. Good job. That's revenge for Sonvia. Ha! Still in range. I should be using Indignance more, yeah. How do I move this fire? Illuminate. Light lamp. Fire leash. There we go. Jerk a captured blaze to leap through the air, burning fiercely where it lands, dealing half damage to anything it passes through. Burn. Well, you're gonna harm him. What if I entangle? Foe or ally? But the range is... Oh, you can't reach him. Silk Step then. Oh shit, there's the spirit. Can we reach it? Oh, goodbye, spirit. Heart Fen, remember that guy? Killer of Morthagi. Now, those are the strong ones from the last campaign. But we randomly generated it. We ended up with Pharrell and Orion. I like Pharrell though. Mostly because she's part of the first party of her first campaign. Make sure Kayan is fast as hell. How are you holding up? Oh yeah, they're a thing. You don't think about it, but we're all slime inside. Our skin is thinner than we think. And under that, a bunch of glorp. We're just meat bags. You almost sound like you're jealous of the Morthagi. Sure, we bleed, but also we heal. We're slimy, sweaty, squishy people. We're glorious, singing meatbags. And we fight. And this time, we even won. You hear that? We won! We won! We won! And they both just start yelling, we won, we won. After Sonvia almost died. And in that moment, Orion and Sonvia realized their feelings for each other. Damn it. Father Murthag, you were done. Alright, let's secure this. If I'm going to scrub blood away and scavenge for loot, just let's make sure Orion doesn't see. I need him to see me as a hero. Pharrell, again. No, we're not burning everything. Investigate again. So, Sonvia has to recover here. A thorough delving through the mysteries of Hail-Lock Dream has proven rewarding. Always strikes me how much there still is to find and to know. Research side. Nice, we had a lot of spell threads. Oh, block 5. Silver Bark Cloak. Who should I give that to? Who needs survival? I need to give this to Pharrell because her Indignance ability requires her to be up front. So we need to arm her. Okay, last area for this area. Let's go. Chapter 1, let's go. Welcome back, Sonvia. Though you are worse for wear. You need at least 3 heroes. Shit. Well, you could at least gather with us. Ah, no. We'll wait for you, Sonvia. "51 days away. We can handle it. We don't want to go in undermanned." Does it matter who the player order? I don't know, actually. Oh, shit. Deepists, cancel. This deck is relentless. We're playing on a harder difficulty, by the way, Sanguine. Maybe we should meet halfway? Nah, it's fine. Damn, that took a while. Not sure that was the best choice. Okay, I got one. Favorite fruit. As long as it's in the pie, I don't care. Fair enough. Next up, a difficult one. Favorite thing to fight. That's like asking my favorite rash. Least favorite then. Might have to be Gorgons. Ah, yes. Pharrell was actually captured by a Gorgon. And that's what you see on her face right now. She was captured by the Gorgon, and her mind was almost broken as she began to understand the mysteries of the universe. You know, things mankind was not meant to understand. Forbidden knowledge, the knowledge of ancient, otherworldly beings. So I guess this reincarnation of Pharrell does hate Gorgons, and we're gonna have to face them again now. It's the ick factor. Even worse than a Thrixel. They don't just move, they spread. They're like walking diseases. And here I am, making a career out of them. I'm not that old, right? Sometimes I wonder if it's not too late to start over somewhere. I wouldn't though, realistically. It'd reek of abandonment. Well, we appreciate that. What about you? What keeps you here? Turns out this is important. Most things in this world matter less than you think, but this is one thing that matters a lot. When you put it like that, it sounds big. Sure, it is. I don't know if that helps, or if it's too much pressure, but it helps me when even battle starts to feel like drudgery. Right, we're doing important work here. We meet again, Gorgons, Pharrell's mortal enemy. Ooh, okay. What if I take one step in? It's clear. Let's do this. Silk step in. And stay hidden, Sonvia. Swap weapon. Silk step. Alright, anyone home? A rager. Well then. Let's not disappoint. Ah. Damn it. Heroism. Poison the hell out of them. Battle dances, Rager. Again. No, your battle dance is not. Alright. Can you shoot from here, Sonvia? Yes, you can. Indignance activate. Alright, let's see if we can get Constrict 2 magic damage. And we're gonna catch Orion in the blast if we do so. So let's constrict the Rager and kill it. Poison does its job. Damn it. Poison's gonna take care of you, Raccoon. Nice knowing you. Pharrell, this way. Aha! A row. Kyan can reach it. Alright. Stay in cover, Sonvia, and shoot. I have to keep the party together. I keep using this stack bonus, which is so useful. Can we constrict the Rager? Not yet. Orion should just stay here in Silk Step. Silk Step. Indignance was Guardian's pretty cool. Ha! You come to me, Rager. Strike. Strike. Armor's freaking tough. What? Select the source. What if I move here, Indignance does not trigger? Okay. Right, she has a sea spear. Let's see. Walk in. Orion, Chuck. Let's clear the last room. What are you searching for? Huh. Withdraw. Interfuse with... We can burn it to death. Poison it first. Ow. Keeps dodging the counterattacks. Tricky bugger. Getting better at this. Once per round, grant an adjacent target 3 temp health. Healing spells are... Healing abilities are so few and far between. Crap. Ooh, free action battle dance. Kyan's melee attacks deal +1 damage. Let's go with damage. Bonus damage. Let's give him a heavy hit. Yeah, he could be a heavy hitter. Let's do it. Ryan says dinner's almost ready. He decided to go with the pepper thing. Venison seems a little unappetizing tonight. Ever notice how they keep glowing after they're dead? Doesn't surprise me. It's like fireflies. What? You never crushed fireflies as a kid? I did not. Brutal way to get a little light, but that tends to go over your head before a certain age. Anyway, they fade out eventually. Damn. Oh. Slurp. Chomp. Oh, they eat each other. How nice. A Gorgon Bogmore has come. Well, let's secure it first. Investigate. Kit ourselves out with powerful items, please. Though we are going to get an incursion soon. And we get link mail. Aha! Yes. Armor for Kyan. Health +7. I could give it to Pharrell. Or... yeah, Pharrell. Pharrell's always up there. Alright, let's clear this infestation. And stop the invasion. So, no path there. All that remains is to head up north. Incursion. We are going to intercept this incursion, chat. Oh shit, that's a lot of deepest. Okay, we have 6 legacy points. Let's cancel the deepest ones. Same here, Mary. I was so glad that when I ended up in my course, math wasn't the focus. I don't have anything against math, it just really wasn't my thing. So I ended up in the arts, where math is actually still quite useful. Very useful. Math's useful anywhere. Thankfully, we have tools which will help us calculate things. Shit. Intercept. Cancel that. They made it here. Intercept. Let's go. We're downwind at the deepests. They don't seem to know we're here. Let's make a plan. In a calm voice, Kyan turns to the rest of the party. I blow this horn. We charge. The Druids of the Rose is yellow! Wrath and ruin! The Druids of the Rose is yellow, gain temporary damage and it's a very classic name, I think. You know, Knights of the Rose, Druids of the Rose is yellow. Alright, this is new. The Chosen. Deep chanting voices echoes as its girth goes bowling through the bodies of its lessers. Okay, Chosen One. Let's see what you got. What range is this? I keep forgetting what range this is. It doesn't tell me what range it is. Damn it. It says I'm within range if I move there, so I should Silk Step. Get past your defenses. Aha. Hide. Go ahead, Kyan. Make sure we're all clumped up first. Interfuse. Let's make sure that Chosen, he looks like he has a huge weapon. I don't want him near me. Is he a ranged character though? Yeah, he's ranged. Will of the Prophet and Prophet's Fury. Holy shit, we gotta pin him down. Wild Grasp. Oh, we can pin both of these guys down. Nice. Good stunt. Oh, and I can do another one. Splinter Blast. Well, is he still pinned? Even if I destroyed the scenery? Alright, you're up, Kyan, but you gotta kill him or you're gonna be left undefended. And the Chosen is no longer chosen. Damn it. Ah, another one. So there are many Chosen. Not a problem. We'll handle you as you come. Once again, you are up, Pharrell. Pin them down. Oh, this one is just Splinter Blast. It's fine. Splinter Blast them all. So I can reach him with my whip. Nice. And Sonvia, you got a shot. Damn it. Oh, here we go. Oh, Prophet. Shit. More of them. Orion. Poison both of them. Come on. I can do this. Nice. Chosen down. Indignance activate. He just glares and the person just dies. Pharrell just looks at him and he dies. The indignant Pharrell. Get into cover and take a shot. Do you have a shot? Yes, you do. Whoa. Okay, you're in cover now. Not to worry. Come then, Woken. And I shall put you to sleep. Stone Lash. It's stunned. My rolls have been good today, chat. Finish him off. Cover, you say? Well, time to use it against them. Well, he dodged that. Yeah, keep trying to throw shit at us. Let's finish this one off. We can still reach him if I attack him there. Poison will take care of you. Man, a fast warrior. So... Oh, hey, we got an achievement. Temperamental Shrub. And another crit hit. Wow. Feels like it's going too well. Thank you, Poison. I think we're fine with these options, Sanguine. I missed the others, but these people are okay. Stun chance 6. Well, let's give the stun to Orion. Intercepted, and we get to clear this out. A twisting path takes them up to the high hills and finally into the company of the local peaks. Breathe that in. Mountain air makes you remember things. Does it? No, I mean the fumes wafting out of my boots. Oh, well, I was gonna talk about something nice, but now I'm just thinking about, when they start rotting so bad. Did it dry after the last rain, I guess? For 20 paces, the only sound is the scrape of their stinky feet on rough granite. Look out ahead. Decision time, seems like. The way forks. One path leads higher, to the top of a precarious cliffside. The other path curves downwards under the shadow of the high rocks. High ground! Oh, sorry. Always high ground for me, chat. Always have to have the high ground. Looks like a cottage up this way. Take the cliff path. See any people? Chimney smoke. They might be out and about. Slender walking here. The path sticks narrow to the turnings of the mountain. They climb and cross along the wind-carved rock. Got to admit, even if it sounds sappy, the sights from up high like this can move a person. Must be out of shape. My legs are killing me. Reminds us, however strong we get, we can always improve. You are the absolute worst. Shut up for a second. They're not likely to enjoy loudmouths. Hello? Anyone home? This neatly piled cabin smells like sweetgrass. Its lacquered logs look strong, well tended. A distant hawk speaks up. Besides bird and wind, there's only silence. Orion's step stoops through. Is there any... Oh. Fancy morning. Would you like pork rust with your tea? Or are you a coffee man? Griddle cakes aplenty. Aromas of sizzling pork rust, hot oil, and floral tea sing in the nose. These cabin walls enclose a cozy lived-in lair for one. Chairs and roots, stools around the roast table are space for hungry company. Can always make griddle cakes aplenty. No saying otherwise are spewing slander. Little spewsome slander slugs. I'll have a... Wait, sorry. Who are you? We were just passing by the... Me? Who am I? With no intention of intruding. They call me... Something crackles in the pot. The Witch of the Mountain. She throws a sack of flour over her shoulder. But alright with Lee. Lee Wall is what I was born as. I'm a mischief maker mostly. I guess my hairdo says that clear enough. Anyway, mischief's not all I make. Famously, I also make wonderful golden brown griddle cakes. For those who solve my Down Diggler puzzle. Oh, that's pretty sus. The Down Diggler puzzle is about to commence. Ugh. Lee Wall, 98-year-old mystic. Sorry, gotta put you down, witch. Was she supposed to... wow, now I feel bad. He just died in one hit. Ready for your indignant stare, Pharrell? Scalding rain. Your turn, Orion. Ugh, this Thorn Lash is always so... leh. Haha, Hornchild. Won't get away, Woken Slinger. Ah, well, hello there. I didn't see you there. Kaihan! Up. Dodge. Shit. Poison should take care of you. Sonvia, take the shot. Oh crap, that hurts. Ouch. Shit. Oh crap. Discus. Hold up. Strike. Come on, you can do this. Sonvia. Shoot. Take him out. Okay, good. Strike or discus. Man, your spear is powerful. Gorgon Spear, activate. Okay. Can you reach this, Chosen? No, that is all your movement. Well, I needed to move out anyway. Pharrell next. Strike him down. Damn it! Flank him. I need to give you a better bow. Coward. Shit. I won't be able to hit him. Kaihan can though. You're not getting away anymore, Woken Slinger. We did it. Not bad. Pharrell's new ability. Hurl Axe, Throwing Axe. You can give it to Kaihan, I guess. So he has a ranged option. Alright. Pharrell has +1 range to all attacks and abilities. Base damage and range increased by 1. Let's up her indignance. Just her very presence kills people. Lee Wall, Witch of the Mountains, drops back against her furniture. You're right. Oh, sorry, yeah. Wanted to give you a bit of an elongated victory thing. You got all the down dinglers. Unscathed for the most part, though, aren't you? That feels anticlimactic. Enough yanking our chains! What will we even accomplish? Why, you've earned a sample of one of my mountain recipes, of course. How hungry are you? Choose carefully, for in my waywardness, in my gross olive-hearted way, I've designed that each delicious delectogram deliver a different delight. I like this game's alliterations. There's my griddle cakes that'll fill you with lasting warmth, my tea and oats, which packs a lifelong kick in the seat, or would you like the last of my pork rust for yourself? So all party members plus 4 retirement age. All party members speed, or Orion only plus 2 health. I think all party members speed is good. Yeah, speed isn't working out for us. Retirement age, if you gotta retire, you gotta retire. Don't push yourself. So the whole party's gonna have some tea and oats. While they eat mugs of tea and oats, Lee gives a brief account of how she ended up on the mountain. Persecuted, robbed, run out of 10 towns, she retreated to this high home where her eccentricities and frequent mischief would only bother those who blundered into her domain. And at that point, aren't we all fair game? Winking, teasing guidance is all the stars ever offered, and even the moon proved unconstant. Still, I sleep beneath them like any other clover-bothering cow. How vexing! How invigorating! How do you sleep at all, you fable-born wonders? She goes on for a while yet. They bid the Witch of the Mountain goodbye. They take a swift way down by her direction. Mountain air, huh? Clearly, you can get too much. Their dealings with the Witch of the Mountain don't go unmarked. The locals tell sour stories about the druids of the Roses Yellow and their deeds for years afterwards. Damn. At least we got speed. Legacy points -2. You bullied the witch out of the town. I'm not even sure if the deepest were on her side or if they were just there to pester her. Right, this is it. End of chapter 1. Ah, but first, a side quest. A song for the somebody gone. How long has it been? Haven't cracked a book in ages. How long since I've really felt inspired? Pharrell, did I hear right? Oh, did you? I was talking to myself mostly. But you're leaving, right? I was going to take some time for... you know... I don't know what it is, really. I could help figure it out. I could help you figure it out, I guess. You sure? It might be a while. Yeah, I'll grab my things. You have any idea where we're off to? Well, we have options. I need to spark my mind somehow. In that case, isn't the bar a good place to start? No, it's beyond the horizon. That's what I do know. Right, adventure. Go. You are going to investigate the catalog thoroughly, Sonivia, while they go off to their side quest. So, what do you think of Gaswick Threshery? Is that what this place is called? They say the brave who come here shall learn of themselves deepest truth. Well, I guess I can get behind that. I'm trying to stay upbeat about this, but the day dies, sun falls away, and in the night they build a fire. Excuse me. I don't know what I expected to find. I think I'm mostly looking for a feeling. Is that really something you can search for? Remember when we were new at this? Everything was new. Each path we took, and every labor we put ourselves to. I'm bored. I guess we always come back to boredom in the end. Tell me of sorrow, this rose that you kept, by the bed in which last you, poor Ansel, slept. That song. He worked full of laughter, and brightly he gazed, the curve of his mouth and a kiss he appraised. And they continue singing together. He sang over the hills, peaks of shy but sure dawn, and sure as the sunrise I'll someday be gone. But recall me in love, and our joy may live on, and you do, and you do, and you do. The old love song is one she sung 100 times by a fire, 100 times with a friend, and still, tonight it feels new. How strange. I always did love that song. Me too, even if it's a bit maudlin for my taste. A noise rises in the darkness, not an echo of them, but the resonant call of something else. Did our voices wake the neighbors? Well, there's been some run-ins out here. Stick by the fire, maybe it's nothing. Pharrell, 56% chance, let's do this, let's take the risk. Only a fool waits in the open for lightning to strike. Leaving the firelight, they circle around through some trees. They spot their foes entering the camp, well illuminated. Nice, legacy points +1. And we got the drop on them with a 58% chance. RNG gods, thank you. Flanking attacks as combat deal 1 damage. Let's do this. Ah, just a bunch of wild beasts. Nothing to be afraid of. Isn't that right? Well now, you're gonna throw this axe. Bonk. And you're up, Pharrell. Let's interfuse with this in Splinter Blast. Any more? That's it. Nice. Oh, a shield. But Sinivia's a ranged user. Do I replace the... Yeah, I guess I'll replace the Hurl Axe. Sword and Shield, classic. To my eyes, it's all clear. Same here, nothing moving. Well, that was sudden. I suppose you're still bored. You know, I am glad we came out here. But let's be on the road that dawn. Yeah? When you sang, and when I sang with you, I started thinking that, really, the most powerful, most original things, they're old. They grow with you. Like good friends in songs remembered. In the morning, they will simply start home. Well, that was a detour. Okay, Pharrell. Elementalist. Pharrell has +2 armor, +1 warding. Yeah, let's get her indignance radius in the thick of it. Use your spear. She'll be a melee mage. Mage warrior. Okay. Well, let's return to Sonvia. Good thing we stopped the incursion. Calamity card coming up. Perhaps one day they'll tell our stories in this very spot. Hardwood and ingots. Armor 0.5. Pharrell. Yeah, Pharrell. We haven't tried this before. Melee mage. Middle Spruce Forest is next. The party is gathered and we venture forth. Shit. Let's cancel the deepests. Okay. Middle Spruce Forest. Final fight of the chapter. Enemy in the road. A narrow pass cuts the mountains here. It's on towards afternoon, and the breezes sigh among the rocks, pushing grey swaths of mist around. Looks like we've got a task in front of us. It's not somebody you know, is it? You know many of them? Huh? No, it's not like I spent a long time there, learning people's names and stuff. It was just... Let's worry about the implications when we make it to the other side. So I didn't know the deepest were once people. This is interesting. Kill the chosen. How epic. Alright. Let's set up our line of defense as usual. Cayenne on guardian mode. Pharrell right next to him. With an indignant glare. But let's pin down the chosen. Don't want him anywhere near us. And you're pinned, my friend. Alright. Can I get both of them? Orion. Damn it. It's not a hex grid. So the squares won't let me. Okay. Poison that guy. And look at the line we are. If someone just had lightning bolt, would be dead. Damn it. We just have to kill the chosen. That's our main objective. But these guys are in the way. Aha! Let's do this. Discus time. No, let's move in first. Get our Ignignant on. Strike this one down. Let's go, Pharrell. Okay, Kyan can take care of this one. You're up, Sonvia. Take the shot. Poison this guy. That should do it. Ow. Damn it. There he goes. Aha. Right where I want you. Battle dance. Win. How are we doing? The Chosen. We slew one of the Chosen. From up the pass, a gentle thundering filters down. They feel it in their feet, the shaking rocks, the pounding earth. That's not a good sound. Something splits the stones ahead and comes charging. Creor! A guttural call of a horn resounds. It's the Shadow Hunter. He's found me. Shadow Hunter, leaping and charging with stunning agility, it lows and shouts, hunting for living meat. Well, shit. Well, don't stand around, shoot it! Come on, Wild Grass, Splinter Blast. Nice stunt. Okay, Orion, you're up. Get up there and slash them. Ugh, counters. Oh shit, there he is. We should not have broken that thing to grasp the blah. Okay, Cayenne. Shit. Guardian, get ready. Pharrell. Wait, Orion. Do the lash thing. Heroism. Poison. Good. Does poison stack? Let's find out. Right, poison does stack. Okay. Sonvia. You can take a shot from here. Okay, hopefully Indignant will work. Oh shit, no, it won't. We need to interfuse and move into position after that. Wait, no, we need to block Orion. There. Oh, this is under. It jumped! Ah! Oh shit. Ah, what's going on? Okay, we're fine. Holy shit, we're fine. Okay. Sonvia. We gotta flank it. Strike! Okay. Stack up and attack. Oh shit, I clicked the wrong... Oh my god. Misclicked, but we got it. Shadowhunter's down. Titan and Sorcerer. Staff. What is this? Iron Giants Clash. Oh, it's just a hammer. Well, that is fun in our first campaign, but I guess we could swap weapons. Another Herlax. Salvage. Right. As a Blue Horn Hunter, Orion Chuck. Jump Jaw. Pinning enemies, huh? Every time killing an enemy. Now let's upgrade his heroism. Ooh, we can upgrade her rogue, but range attacks of +1 pierce, yes. But heroism is also so good. Let's have her give her piercing shots. They emerge from the mist on the other side of the range. Well, we're through now. I'm just hoping we don't see another one of those cowmen. I don't believe it. We slew the Shadow Hunter, but the logical next step is to conscript the locals, widen the pass, protect the way through. Windmill up there might be our best option for a safe sleep. They all pick up their way up to the windmill. Hopefully, they'll find rest. The wind in the mountains rises and howls. That sight'll cool your blood down some. I'll check around the back. The windmill smells like sackcloth. It's cool, dusty, decaying. Slow twirling blades groan overhead as the splintered center shaft twists uselessly in the ceiling. Seems we're alone here. It's been a strange journey. I never expected to be anything more than just another nobody from Stillheart. I guess I still am. But doing something to help, it's not a bad feeling. Oh, we all do the best we can. The old Jasper Mill. I remember hearing of this place. Built a couple of generations back. Kept running all the time. Until recently, it looks like 2 or 3 years. People do the best they can, but the seasons are relentlessly changing. It's a tough life we've signed up for, but there are no easy paths. True enough. The road they've reclaimed will see new traffic soon. They'll open the ways for travelers, trade, and peace. But shadows collect in the places shadows do, by the rocks in the ruins, deep under roots of mountains. 11 years of peace follow. Nice. Oh no, cards. During the years of peace, Kayan's grandfather, Burside, passed away. He died satisfied that his grandson had embarked on a sunnier path. Oh. The open road brought many colorful folks through Stillheart. Old Burside would have loved to see it. Orion and Kayan enjoyed talking about the old days over a campfire. Orion would always exaggerate how many monsters he had slain at each battle, but Kayan didn't feel the need to correct him. Good old Orion. Hey, congratulations on that. However long it took. An hour. Holy crap. At least you powered through that. Good job. I wouldn't be able to stand an hour, like doing straight up math for an hour. Pharrell performed experiments on bits of monster parts she was able to convince Kayan to donate to the cause. No significant weaknesses were found. It's okay, hitting them with pointy things seems to work fine too. Sonvia spent the month tracking a golden stag. As she finally raised her weapon for the kill, the stag looked her straight in the eyes and laughed. Sonvia went home with a prize greater than any set of antlers. Should we advance its transformation? Yes. Your leg is now gone. Become full plant. Get the head and all 4 limbs for a transformation. Okay, good job. Orion is fully transformed. Pharrell, we need to upgrade your robes. This is good. Heather Drab. Okay, we're using that weapon. Good. Oh, we can upgrade the spear. But it's gonna take 1 legacy point and a few ingots. Let's upgrade his sword. Serpent Cutter. Can you upgrade a shield? Nope. You're good with your great bark. Let's give her a better bow. Yes, Titan Bane. Can you upgrade your armor? Nope. Alright, chat. I think we're good. 1 calculation took you an hour? Damn. That's heavy. There's more like this further we go. Oh no. Only the crows are pleased, singing to the smell of burnt homes, burnt flesh. Elsewhere in the woods. Here it is. Pretty secluded place. Fixed his old cottage up himself. He'd had the experience your child did. Went further though, and Mystic Haven's just the other side of that hill back there. The door swings open before Sonvia can knock. Who's shouting here? Is that... Sonvia! How long has it been? It's almost a year since I left for Stillheart. Feels like longer. The woodland cottage is small, but not cramped. Singed spice and the odor of old cooking oil tangle cozily in the air. You made this pretty comfortable. Who's this? Nylarsh Ransom Buckle. I'm from Stillheart. His wife and kids are with his cousin on a nearby farm. I brought him to you because... It's those cultists again, isn't it? The ones I would have sworn to. They were meeting with my daughter. The kid's okay. Nylar here had to move his whole family, though. The neighbor's girl put on one of their masks and went with them, and I knew it was nothing I could fight. It's quite a ways up the northwest road through territory that's gone wild, but I think that we should lend a hand. Yeah, why wouldn't we? We're big enough suckers. I've heard it called the weight of well-meaning. When the act of helping one puts you into the hopes of all who need helping. When the act of helping one puts you into the hopes of all who need helping. I won't pretend it's not a dangerous line we walk, but admit it. That's part of why we walk it. I wish we could save everyone, Sonvia, but... I understand it's not your fight. Stillheart is far away after all. We left it far behind. Hey, you're making a Netflix? Your client is Netflix? Or is this like a placeholder thing for your design class? And this totally makes sense. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is like the Netflix thing when it goes da-doom. You get that feeling from it. Awesome. It's pretty trippy. What were the calculations for? Like, how it wraps around the vehicle? Or the proportions of it or something? Oh, nice. Okay. Got that right. Ha! I don't know anything about car wrapping and calculations and all that. I did end up in a course for graphic design, but I ended up in photography. Okay. Cool. Yeah. There's something strangely satisfying for me about stickers and decals that are designed to wrap around corners and rounded edges. I don't know, it's like it just fits with no wrinkles or anything. Good job, calculations. Alright, so we've been asked to help a faraway village. Former cultist turned hero. 11 years have passed and, well, we have to help Stillheart. Nylar opens the door and... Oh! Thump! Huh? What happened? Wait, he opens the door and thump. I was only saying... Yeah. The door opens back up. Creak. Cayenne, are you aware there's a... oh. You know there's a dad crying outside? Oh. The party's all here. I'll go grab the old sword. But if this is how I die, I'll be so mad. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like and different cars, different curves, different proportions. Gotta map out every single inch, down to the millimeter. Okay, shadows deepen. We're in chapter 2 now, chat. We are supposed to talk to the inhabitants of Stillheart. Let's go there. Talk to the town. Cannot reach destination. Why? Oh, because we gotta scout. We cannot cross the lake. What is this? Haven't they heard of boats? I guess we gotta do this the manual way. Scouting one tile at a time. In softer light, Orion seeks to bury an old friend. I think we've got this opportunity before. One of the stories Thimvi used to tell described a place she went to as a kid. Old Thimvi with a young heart. Said it was her chapel. A wild place, always tussled in pleasant breeze and odor. Few believe in a place like that. I don't expect to find the pristine, weather-blessed garden that the stories painted. You know how old Thimvi was, capable of believing anything. But we owe it to her to make the journey, or I do. In the many ways she's helped me. Do you have the... Her ashes are in an urn. It's in me pack. Never knew how much the old gal meant to you. I liked her though, her sweeping stories. We've had this opportunity last campaign, I believe. The next morning, good weather to make good time. Who will go with you? Pharrell can come with you. Their quest to inter the ashes of a friend and elder goes mostly unhindered until they reach the woods. Ho, Orion! Do you see that form? The river curls blue like a coil of air down the old coal. The river curls blue like a coil of air down the coal-colored cheek of the mountain. Ancient pilgrims wander its winding course. The trees. You really do seem different these days. I'm just remembering how old time we used to tell it. Those are our words. This place looks like the place. They descend into woods that grow more thickly than expected. A symphony of echoing birdsong greets them and never ceases. Her words or not, it sounds like they stuck with you. Sure. The thing is, I was born with fire in me. It served me well. Helped me live through some things. But living through means you're carrying something on. A lot of darkness. Death. Time VLD was so much older. And yet, the open human fondness in her eyes. I think it kept me from sinking. Hold up, Orion. There's Drowvin. They've been stalking us for some time. There's not many of them from what I can tell. We're here to bury Thymve. I think let's avoid them if possible. Hello, Drauv. Are you there? We wish only to honor our dead. Please let us pass. We'll bury your ashes by the river and we'll go. Drauv, if you don't answer me, I'll assume you're letting us pass. Orion, you really think they can understand you? This is the same that happened last time. I wonder if this option will also have the same outcome. Why not? If I was a Drauv, knowing human speak would be a useful skill. Luckily, or by some deeper influence, Orion and Sonvia made it to the river without incident. Ah, interesting. Bury Thymve. Alright, they can bury Thymve, while the rest can scout ahead. Pharrell, scout as well. Let's do this. Close to the riverbank, they spill Thymve's ashes in a pit they've dug and lined with smoothened stones. Refilling it with earth, they slide a stone marker into the spot they chose and stand in greenish shadows and slanting light. You remember any of her old stories? Thymve's? Aye. So will you share one? Nope. Thymve was right though, this place. It's a softer light to see your life by. We stopped thinking about our own troubles are so important, but there are amazing riverbanks, birdsong, beautiful places, things, people and creatures too. Sounds like we made a good journey. Thanks for making it with me. Retirement age plus 10. What are you going to do? Aha, melee attacks plus 1, we don't do that. Plus 30 dodge against range attacks. Flash cone, blind enemies. Aid, that'll work. We need a healer for once. So I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. And we're back. What were we doing? Yes, we were scouting. So we've already hit the limit of the procedural generation for some of the things. We're seeing the same encounters, the same opportunities. I wonder if there's more we've missed. One evening on the long road through Rook Flat. Pharrell, there you are. Come with me, hurry. What's wrong, Kyan? Did you find something scouting? There's no time, come quick. Hurry! Food's gonna burn. Slow down, Kyan. Wait for... Surprise! Wow. Kyan, this is amazing. I know you love your books, but I thought you'd find this picture worth 1,000 words. Are you actually being sincere for once? It suits you. Aww. Is this a date? If you want it to be. I do want it to be. Oh, okay, so it's like... This is the double date, chat. Pharrell and Kyan have fallen in love. So now we have Sonvia x Orion and Kyan x Pharrell. Let's not overdo it. We should help as we can. Okay, I guess it kind of like... Chemistry's kind of okay, I guess. So far. Orion and Sonvia, I don't think they've admitted their feelings for each other yet. Because Sonvia almost died, Orion's got in the way. Let's figure it out. An outfitter provides hide and fabric. Yep, let's get both. Alright. Next stop. This is our objective. We talk to the townsfolk. Oh, another opportunity. A mending path. A passing pilgrim saves Kyan's life. Trekking the narrow winter roads of nowhere, a sudden illness clogs Kyan's chest, shoots barbs through his veins, rouses him in the night to kneel heaving in the dark outside the tent. So far, he's pushed through, hoping it would ebb. Instead, it's worsening. Oi! You trying to kill yourself? Here, let's camp in this spot. Looks defensible. Orion sets Kyan down, and goes off for firewood, enough to last the night and the following morning. Kyan sips from the canteen. Sunset's not yet close. And odd enough, that's when a faith-clad pilgrim comes down the road. Oh, bad off, aren't you, Earth son? You look it. Do you mind if I stoop down and listen to your signs? Oh man, and this is Kyan. Kyan, who's already lured by a man of the cloth into a cult. Is he gonna trust him? I'm Didic Northstrow. No one worth fearing. Pilgrim of an old order that's never been popular. A god who never asked to be. Whoever you are, The pilgrim bends down and places fingers on Kyan's pulse, holds a coin before his mouth, then an ear to his upper chest. Right, that's helpful. I've seen symptoms like these, certainly. Your eyes are still clear, that's good. How long have you... 3 days. Just 3. Who are you? You his friend? Well, that man's suffering from Igokara. Rare disease. Folks get it in winter. A wayward spore. I can treat it, but to cure it is impossible. Or nearly, I suppose I should say. Kept telling him to slow down. Twinix administered a small elixir made from water and wild barrowel, as well as some burnt, crushed mushrooms. He told Kayan to sleep, and he's been in the tent ever since. A while later, "He'll need more of this elixir. The rest of this life, he'll need it. Igokora leaves husks where happiness was. It's a brutal way to go." You mentioned a cure. And I shouldn't have. It's one of those convenient stories about a miraculous heal-all. Once long ago, I tried to find it. The journey cost my brother's life. By the time I'd returned empty-handed, the man it would have healed had already passed. Desperate hearts are reckless. Treat the disease patiently, and he'll live longer. Well, that's a pleasant thing to wake up to. Oh, you're already feeling better. Some constitution you must have. Feel a lot stronger, and I thank you. But so tell us both about this cure. Kayan? Oh, Dale, my goddess, my god. He mumbles into the fire a moment. Is this the purpose of my wandering feet follow? If it is, it must be. I'll trust my feet. I will. Then meets their eyes again. Our paths brought us all here. Who am I to deny my place? They huddle close to the flames as the pilgrim, Dwinick Northstrow, reluctantly describes at a distant place a harrowing guardian, a legendary restorative. And in summary, since you seem set out on seeking it out, please, let me accompany you. It's clear to me that I was put in your path for this holy duty. You'll need the elixir, regardless, and I can teach you how to make it. A winter's journey is the last thing everyone think about talking about a bridge. Before all this, choose. So they sleep there that night and set out the next day. How can we look disappointed? Which is the choice that makes us progress with this? A winter's journey is the last thing on my mind. Everyone's talking about a bridge before all this. Okay. Mending path. Hold up. Oh shit, she's alone. Sonvia brings an unscheduled end to her morning patrol. Sometimes among the roots of these ancient trees, shadows and hollows look like false caves, but how many weren't false? Deepists. Got to be patient to escape effectively. I'll set fires. Chaos would be an ally. Okay, got to be patient to escape effectively. Sonvia takes a firm stance, readies her equipment, and prepares to move just as her enemy rattles through the trees. Fight or flight, the way to safety is under familiar bows. Let a gentle singing creak and past it. Time to escape. Good thing she's fast. Right? Silk step. Oh, you found me anyway. Well, fortunately for you, I'm quite nimble. Oh, shit. Ow! What hit? One hit! Sonvia collapses forward. Her right leg has gone silent, but frankly, the rest of her body is telling her enough. I can live through this. If I can get out now, Sonvia's maimed. Just a leg after all. More to life than legs. Sonvia assures herself of this as she finds a place to wait out the battle. Damn! Despite your sacrifices, the Battle of Ham of Dirk ended in defeat. Holy shit. One hit kill. Right. This difficulty is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, rest and recover, Sonvia. We got this. All the way in Mystic Haven. Shit. Can the three of them handle it? Let's see. Crag Eagle. Almost a Lutelan Dreamloom, aren't we? How would you know? How would I know? Well, there's a decently high hill. Good vantage point. Let's climb it. That was steeper than it needed to be. Quite a view though, I'll say that. Atop the highest hill. Something's here. An egg. Oh, this happened in the first campaign. Or the second campaign. Orion, this isn't safe. A big old thing. With a bigger, older mama. Come on, Orion. Leave it alone. Let's head down. You're a couple of scared bunnies, which live longer than the unscared ones. So this is a different outcome from our last campaign. They pick their way down, not a moment too soon. Up in the nest, the mother eagle lights for a moment, but does not settle. Oh, he's massive! Definitely a crag eagle. It's coming this way. Slash! What? Whoosh! Herp! Hey, he attacked us. Alright, yeah, that was pretty close. Pharrell, you alright? Dirt and bruises. Wow. You alright, Kyan? She's back on her nest. Got to respect the fury of nature's mothers. There's no reward for doing the right thing, but remember this feeling and... Woof! Oh, catch it! String it on a cord! Eagle Feather Talisman. Health plus 0.7. Oh. A souvenir from a close encounter with an eagle's nest. Who deserves this? Sonbia, I think. She's already maimed and hurt. Well, shit. Oh, water spirit. Hello. Open. Hello, water spirit. Thanks for the exercise. I was feeling kind of doughy. Free. Enchant my sword. Summer Slash. Right. This replaces Serpent Cutter. Yeah, water damage. Okay, let's move in and kill them with our stare. Amazing. Okay, 2 doors. Open. You should probably attack. Nice. Oh shit, Kyan's injured. Will it reach if I move all the way there? Nope. Come at me then. Okay. Haha! You messed with the wrong mage. Oh shit. Never mind. Okay. Aid. And Thornlash. There we go. Move up. Get some heroism in. Poison them. Nice. Poison again. Nice. Finish them off. Guardian up. Nice. Smooth. Clean. So Cayenne Spellmiller, melee damage increased to +2. Hell yeah. Zealous Sleep. Don't really need that right now. Yeah. More damage, please. Morning Slash. More stunt damage. Replace the dagger, I guess. Alright, let's secure this place. Burn what's not useful. Already down 1. Need to work fast. Okay, Lutalin provides us that at the end of the chapter. Oh, crap. We need to send up our... We need to save up our LP so we can promote someone. But we still have some chapters to go. So... get rid of the deepest. Gotta keep the deepest thing in check since they're the main enemies right now. Alright. Nerona, huh? Aye. Why? Have you been here before? No, but Nerona is where my mentor vanished. Kemeta? You've spoken of her before, but you've never mentioned she vanished. Yeah, it was like... I don't like thinking of it. The relationship meant a lot to me, and the end wasn't. I wish it hadn't ended the way it did. Well, sounds painful. Kemeta was an herbalist. She headed to Nerona because rumors had come our way of a terrible illness that had taken hold there. The blue fever, people were calling it. Gorgonism? Yes, although we didn't know that then. We had no idea what it was back then. But that was Kemeta for you. Healers and herbalists were needed, so off she went. I should have gone too, of course, but it wasn't really playing to my strengths, being around a whole lot of people in a tent city infirmary. We argued about it, if you want to know the truth. I figured we'd patch things up when she came back. And then she didn't. Oh, Cayenne. Gorgons? No, actually, she was found out in the wilderness. She'd been attacked and partially eaten by a bear. I wish I didn't know that part. Oh, we got this last campaign. And I wish I hadn't let her go alone, but there's nothing I can do about that now. High time to set up camp, don't you think? Later. The low clouds are like a sweltering blanket on a summer night. Cayenne doesn't know what woke him, but anxiety hums in his bones. He can't possibly lie still. He has to walk. The plain opens up before him, but the oppressive clouds do not break. Some unseen need urges him forward. He was dreaming of Kemeta. No surprise after telling Orion that story. And it seems the most natural thing in the world to crest the hill and see her standing there. I could have sworn I must still be... No, Cayenne. You're not dreaming. You're awake. You're real. How... Did you fake your own... Why would you... I am Kemeta. And we are more than what Kemeta was. Kemeta was eaten by a bear. We are the bear. Yep, this happened last time and I got eaten up by the bear. Will we be able to survive this encounter? Now you shall join us. Will we get vengeance for the ghost bear? Its limbs shimmer as it moves, hair like night clouds with the moon inside them. Right. Let's do this. Can we kill the ghost bear? 46 damage. He has 1, 3, 4. Does he shred? Oh, we're good. Guardian up. Come on, ghost bear. Oh shit, can we do this, chat? Let's try it. Survive 1 hit. Okay, we're good. We're good. Revenge! That went so much better than our last campaign. So, bear, you've eaten 2 of my friends already. We are free. You have freed us. We are free. The bear is slain. It is over. The bear is slain. Now we can rest. Oh shit, it's eaten so many people. Yes, we free the souls of everyone who's been eaten by the bear, including our friend last campaign. Uh-oh. What's happening to Kyan? He is marked by the bear. Kyan! Thank you. It's really you this time, isn't it? For one last moment. Goodbye, Kameta. Goodbye. Aww. How sweet. Provide an outfitter. Let's go. Right, Sonvia, welcome back to the party. They need to continue their quest after we talk to the town. What quest is this again? Anyway. Oh, wait, whoa, no. Let's talk to the people. We tried to avenge our old friend in the last campaign, but we got eaten by the bear. But this time, we struck back. Ah, shit. Again. Ambushed. Sonvia abbreviates her circuit of the near ravines and thick-grown groves. The odd clumsy noise isn't too hard to pick out, the gross odor undercutting all this fresh cedar. Oh, shit. Let's try this again. Sonvia, please escape. Sonvia takes a firm stance, readies her equipment, and prepares to move just as her enemy rips through the ferns and bracken. The hope may be to flee to the fastness of the deeper forest, string her pursuers out of roots, boulders, needle-hidden pits, finally elude them. Just like last time. Hopefully not. Okay, you got this, Sonvia. Father Fungus. Well, we need to get out of here. Shit. Will he be able to kill me? Oh my god, he can kill me in 1 hit. Maybe I can hide. Will that work? Can I 6-step away? Aha! Yes! Stealth! Escape. Whew. You always remember the one that got away. Good job, Sonvia. New recruit. Randomize time. 3 times. 1. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3. Flamgore. That's the last family. Everyone says the same thing, seems like. We're wasting our time while we're risking our lives. Household to household, accounts abound of folks young and old abandoning their families to follow some splendid, eloquent priest. But questions of any depth prove fruitless. It's either that they don't know where the people are going, or they're too frightened to say. Meh. Sorry to interrupt, but this is about the cultists. Oh, who are you? I'm Flamgore Lumens. I'm from here. You want to know why folks won't give you all the facts? I suppose you will tell us? If it'll be useful to you, sure. You plan on doing something about the trouble. That's why we're here. Alright, well, the thing in this town, there was always a lot of pride. The kind of folk are strong, wise, kicked in good earth and rich in laughter. That's the still heart I grew up in. I was a kid and knew it would last forever. Bonfires in autumn, strong spring dances, feasts at wintertide and midsummer. And anyway, meh. Times got tougher. About 6 or 7 years ago, animals started disappearing. Homesteads on the outskirts burned. People got sick for no reason, and food died in the fields. Distrust, deceit. For 6 years. That's what I remember. So when this preaching woman comes through, she seems to have all the answers, knows every ailment and how to treat it. She's a savior. And folks, especially young folks, they want to follow her. And we're all too proud to say anything, do anything. We see what's happened, but we don't admit it to ourselves. That's what we've been taken for. Fools. So how do we find them? Set things right. I've got a good idea where they went, and my plan is basically, I show you the way, and we take care of this problem together. I can be useful. What do you think? I'm already thinking up nicknames. Hold on. Train Flamgore as a mystic? Why not? Flamgore Lumens is now Greenhorn Mystic. Let's make him a naturalist. Because we already have Indignance, and Arches wasn't so fun last time. Right, Assault Conch Altar. Here it is, Conch Altar. We need to build a bridge. Alright, let's do that then. Okay, first, Sonvia, you need to build a bridge. Let's get started. Maybe Flamgore as well. Done. While the rest, Kayan, Orion, and Pharrell, do your side quest. Incursion though, we need to intercept that. It's gonna go to Stillheart. Shit. Everyone, let's go. Almost there. Build defenses. Can we build defenses? No. Okay. Let's cancel something. No, we don't have enough legacy. We should save our legacy points. This will hurt. Ouch. Oh shit, they're gonna go all the way down to Mystic Haven. Crap. Damn it. Okay. Defend. Deepest have come. Showering to each other, their ranks seem to grow from the ground. How should the defenders respond? Lack of options can be a good thing. Our highest chance? Use the knowledge of the land. Harry their approach. The enemy ranks absorb uncountered fire, stretched thin along coverless rise. It's an audacious day. All begin to feel part of the story that grows under them. Nice. And hopefully we can intercept the other one. All foes suffer 2 damage, and all heroes stun chance doubled. Yes. Alright. Kill all enemies, more are coming. Let's do this quickly then. Okay, Orion. You take the southern pass. Lash out. You block that. I see. Okay, Rixie. We should all gather up. Maybe let them come to us. Hammeyer and Sonvia. Maybe you'll land, get first blood. Nice. Pharrell, go ahead and move up. Here they come. Oh shit, 31, right. Form a line! Okay, Cayenne, defend. Move up and just kill him. Let's make sure we get this. And maybe we can move up. And Pharrell can just glare at anyone who comes from the south. %, but hey, we can try it out. Okay, Flamgour, you're up. Should have used you first. Shredded armor's not bad. You got it. Good job, Hammeyer. Defend your home. There they are from behind. Father Fungus. Okay. Here, Wison. Let's get rid of him right away. Move here. Nice. See if we can play around here. Splinter Blast. Well, let's kill this guy. No. Let's damage this one. Poison will take care of the Father Fungus. Maybe Cayenne and Pharrell have got this? Yeah, I think they do. They can handle the south. Easy. Shoot. Finish him off, Sonvia. Nice. Staunching spores. Ah, you're a healer. Give them hell, Pharrell. Indignant stare. That's fine. You still have Cayenne. Alright. The Chosen is the one we have to worry about, but... Alright, let's do this. Shark crab. Hopefully that stops them in place. Oh, I think I should have killed... Ah! Wrong target. It's okay. The Soshin shouldn't be able to reach us, so we're fine. Hopefully Rixie can handle Father Fungus. Oh, here we go. What's he doing? Healing him? Okay. Let's blow something up again. Splinter Blast. Get them... Shit. Should have used the bench in the middle. It's okay. Shredded, so less armor. How many more enemies are gonna come, I wonder. Take the shot. Nice stunt. Can you take him out, Pamire? Nice, and one more shot. Let's risk it. Thorn Lash. Yep. Nice. And I outflank you. Good work with the shovel. Now. Defended and no losses. Clean. But now there's a Mushrocks. Right, we need to take out this, intercept this one. Let's go for tier 2 defenses. Hopefully we get there before they do. Intercept. Come on. Damn it. Alright, we got them. Let's defend this place. The deepest have come. Tramping feet and dull dragging calls announce them. How should the defenders respond? Here we go then. Orion? Once more, Pharrell with her battles tactics. Use the knowledge of the land. Again, harry their approach. The enemy ranks absorb uncounted fire. Once more, Battlemaster Pharrell commands well. And we have the advantage. Nice. This should be our last battle for the stream. Let's defend this land and strike back next week. For now, do the honors, Orion, and open that door. We're gonna take the fight to them. They're not right. This reaches. does. Glare him to death. Now, where's the ranged user? Sonvia. First kill. Let's all go out here. Interfuse with this. Where are the spawn points? Okay, I don't see any spawn points right now. There's the mush rocks. They're behind us, huh? Very well. Hold them in place. Nice. Right, Ranless Wraith. Ready to defend your home. Oh, we can really keep grasping them. Nice. So weaken them and just move in for the kill. Pin 3. Nice. Do you have a shot from there? Nope. Okay, Dirk. Good shot. There you are, mush rocks. Okay. Finish this one off, Cayenne. Orion. Do the honors. Thornlash. Poison will take care of you. Dirk. Get in cover and take the shot. Good stunt. Sonvia, support him. Okay. I don't like this thing. Slam. Trampling scenery, knocking aside heroes. Shit, we need to pin him down. How can we do that? Splinter Blast, Splinter Blast. Nothing to hold them down, unfortunately. Well, let's throw a rock at it. Tree Call. Oh, he already starts his Tree Call. Splinter Blast. Let us withdraw. And interfuse with this. Maybe it's a bad thing to be in a line with something that charges straight in a line, right? Here it goes. Oh boy. All we can do is... Oh shit. We'll kill this first. Good job, Ranless. Will this... Okay. Too far away, Orion. Good stunt. Oh. It's still alive! It's all up to you, Sonvia. He blocked it. Okay. Ah, haha. Oh, shit. No damage. We're good. I stare you down to death. Indignant glare. That was potentially painful. Oh, Orion and Flamgur are now rivals. Could use a bit of the drama. I wonder why. So we fended off 2 invasions, and we've completed the first chapter. But the fight against the Deepest continues next week. It's all the time we have for today. But thank you everyone for tuning in and coming in to support the stream once more, hanging out, and just being with me through this campaign. So far, we're starting to see repeats of the random events, but still, the random generation is still able to spark the imagination, and I do feel connected to these characters. Even if you roll up a new one, things that happen to them, and now it's our first time experiencing, well, our previous characters from previous campaigns reincarnated in another story. So there's that kind of sentimentality attached to them. I do like it. It's good seeing Firel back. She still has her hatred for Gorgons. Orion, who's now full plant, starting to warm up to him now. And with the newcomers, interesting backgrounds as well, with Kayan as a former cultist, now striking back against them. Flamgur, well, he's new. We'll learn more about him next week. Sonvia, ever the romantic, but now we have some romances going on. We have Kayan and Firel. I didn't expect that to happen. Orion and Sonvia, though we haven't seen much of that yet. But we also have rivals, Orion and Flamgur. Well, thank you so much, Mary, for being here for the whole stream. You didn't have to, but hey, glad to be of, well, entertainment value, I guess. Hopefully we kept you company throughout your time in school. Good job on getting those projects done. Thanks for sharing those stuff on Discord and everything. But yeah, we'll see you. For Wildermyth, we'll be returning next Tuesday. But for those who are tuned in now, I've yet to announce it. I'll be making a post on it, but hearing it first, we will be playing Metroid Dread tomorrow. It's been almost 20 years, chat. Almost 2 decades since I finished. Since I was a kid, curled up on a couch, Game Boy Advance in hand, playing Metroid Fusion. Something about that game just got me playing that nonstop. I don't know why. I never played any of the previous Metroids, but Metroid Fusion was, I think, my introduction to the whole Metroidvania experience, because I never even played Castlevania, so Metroidvania was it. And Metroid Fusion captured my attention as a child, and now 20 years later, we'll be continuing the story in Metroid Dread. So that's what we'll be playing tomorrow for a special extended stream. Thursday, as usual, is Deathloop. We're coming close to killing all our targets. We're still pursuing a few more leads, then maybe our final loop will be on Thursday. Who knows? Friday as well is another special extended stream because, hey, it's October and I want to make the most out of it. I'll be playing Until Dawn. I'm not really one for the horror genre because I get scared really easily. So I actually haven't watched a lot of horror films or played a lot of horror games. So I've never played Until Dawn. This one was released almost more than 5 years ago. I think it was released in 2015. Until Dawn is basically a playable teenage slasher film in that vein of horror. So jump scares, teenage drama and hijinks, and good old slashers. I'm gonna be terrified for sure, but we'll see how it goes. With chat there, I don't think I'm gonna be scared that much. Like playing it with chat, but it's what I tell myself. I never get to finish any horror games because I just get too scared. So that, and Saturday, back to Ghost of Tsushima. It's a full week. Be streaming every day. I'll see you around, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on Discord. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you want to keep up with what's going on. Thank you so much. Welcome to the table, everyone. Great to have you here. Take care. See you around, Sanguine. We'll ride together at dawn and ride down these damn deepists and destroy the cult. That's what we'll do. See you around. Take care, everyone.